What do all these players have in common? Lionel Messi, Erling Haaland, and Kylian Mbappe. These are all star players in their individual team, and it's what makes their team shine. So that leaves us the question, where the hell is Japan?
Excuse me, where is Messi? Where is Messi? Where is Messi? Messi down! Where is Messi? Messi down! Where is Messi? Down! Everybody see Messi.
And that right there is the basic premise of Blue Lock. Japan has never won a World Cup, so in the next course of action, creating a program which will train strikers to become the best in the world, and finally win that World Cup. So now, let's cue the intro. Ego Jinpachi, the man behind the program, pushes 300 young players to what seems like a death game. A loss at Blue Lock restricts you from playing football ever again, and only the best of the best, and those who push themselves beyond their limits, are chosen to progress onto the next stage.
You can't possibly become the world's best striker unless you're also the world's biggest egoist.
So unlike other animes, TV shows, or even movies, Blue Lock embraces the toxicity of sports. Basically saying, there's no need for teammates, just being the very best one can be. To be honest, they're kinda right. In order to be a good striker, you do have to be the very best in the team. And for the record, I'm not trying to call any football teams out, but there are definitely teams out there that rely on a star player in order to get a victory. And so far, the program seems to be a success. This ego that Jinpachi preaches gets players pumped to push themselves past 100%, and in a way, basically creating a monster. Just search Blue Lock on Reddit and you'll come across a handful of comments criticizing Blue Lock for being too fictional, when there are plenty of other series that honor the sport much better. Many disregard Blue Lock as a joke, and I beg to differ. There's been countless of football legends that play in a way that seem unreal, even as far as to call them robots, and Blue Lock is no exception. And hell, even the Japanese team at the World Cup is being looked up to for how well they played this year, beating both Germany and Spain, both of which had a less than 15% chance of winning. And while we're on that topic, it's shocking how well Blue Lock predicted Japan's goal. Let's bring the focus back to Blue Lock. I'm only saying this in the context of Blue Lock, but is it really wrong to be egotistical? Because at the end of the day, the point is to reach that number one spot. The players we meet along the way will eventually become your biggest enemies, and the only way of beating this game is by perfecting the sport. For example, the first episode, we come across the first challenge, the risks, and what's at stake. Isagi, our main protagonist, meets with Ryosuke Kida, who have been rivals since high school. Jinpachi explains the facility, the game, and the point of Blue Lock, which is to create the best striker in the world. The first challenge they're faced with is a simple game of hot potato. Last one who touches a ball is out. Taking out the weakest player would be a no-brainer. However, this series is about becoming the best. The best course of action would be to take out the strongest within the group, Ryosuke Kida. In the later episodes, everyone too is encouraging each other to push themselves beyond their limits, but also to get that number one spot. Blue Lock embraces a very toxic way of playing a sport, and it's all about ego. And while we're on that topic, Blue Lock explains the philosophy of ego very well. In philosophy, egoism is a theory that oneself is or should be the motivation and the goal of one's own action. At any moment, you can be screwed over by your own teammates, because once again, they put themselves first and not the entire team. And the concept of egoism is highlighted very well right from the first episode. Immediately standing out by eliminating the strongest in the room is exactly what it's all about. Some of the greatest football players alive have an ego that's the size of a stadium. Don't get me wrong, they have the stats to back it up, but it's also understandable why so many of the greatest athletes have a large number of haters. Egoism in the context of Blue Lock is very unique, coming across as confident. Every individual within Team Z is unique in their own way, whether that be speed, accuracy, or spatial awareness, you name it. They're confident about their skills, but there's always going to be another player that's much more skilled than they are. The biggest argument in every discussion thread I've come across ends up being that Blue Lock doesn't stay true to what teamwork and team players are supposed to be. I disagree. Having a star player with enough self-confidence without coming across as arrogant will go a long way, and this anime only further proves that. So yeah, that's my thoughts about Blue Lock. I enjoy it a lot just because of the fact that it stands out from the rest. Other animes show, the typical teamwork and everything and all that, and the fact that it's taken a different take on it, I enjoy that a lot. But yeah, this is something new I've been working on. I've been trying to get more like scripts in. This is all new to me. But yeah, if you like what you see, please stick around because I'd like to do more because this is something I enjoy doing. And yeah, I'd like to make some more content for y'all. So I hope you all stick around. Thank you.